Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here at Murdoch & Co. Now, over the last week, we have gotten a massive amount of attention as we have revealed to the wider community that we have successfully made an L85 rifle here in the United States, a true one-to-one remanufactured and improved L85. So with that, we opened a Q&A to the community, so I'd like to take the time to answer some of those questions. Now please note, we have compiled a lot of those questions as they were similar into one broader question. So with that, let's get right into those questions. So of these questions, we're going to go in order of the kind of the odd ones, and then we'll go into the more broader ones nearer the end. So first of all, one of the first questions that stood out was, is the BRN 180 cocking handle interchangeable with the EM85 rifle? So the answer is no. The BRN 180 is in no way an L85. Nothing on that rifle is similar to an L85. Manual of arms is different, all the components are different, and therefore you're not getting an L85 experience with anything BRN 180. Now that's important because that means because the EM85 is a one-to-one L85, none of those components will fit onto that rifle. Now, although no BRN 180 parts are interchangeable with the EM85 being an actual L85, the EM85 does have interchangeable components with the L85 rifle, mainly the furniture and some other components. Now we have had to make the bolt and fire control group non-interchangeable, and that is to comply with semi-automatic only operation and abide by ATF regulations here in the United States. But you can interchange many parts on the EM85. But rest assured, it already comes with a huge collection of original components, so there's really no need to interchange anything, as the EM85 you're getting is absolutely as genuine as it will get. Now, there is this common misconception that an L85 is simply just an AR-180, and that couldn't be further from the truth. To quote Jonathan Ferguson in his book Thornycroft to SA-80, he has a paragraph that discusses the design, and it simply says, if the L85 is simply an AR-180, then so is the G36, the AUG, and every other gas piston rifle. The L85, like the G36, the XM8, the AUG, is its own rifle. So although they share the same core design of a piston rotating bolt operation system, they are in fact very much so their own rifles. Next question is the L22A2. So for those of you who don't know, the L22A2 is the carbine version of the SA-80 rifle. It came in two series, but really one of them went into production and service with the British military, namely for helicopters and vehicle crews. So will we make an L22A2? The answer is yes. We already have the carbine fully complete and ready for your enjoyment. But it's going to be a little bit until we reveal that, because we want to share these and have these items appreciated by you all rather than just dumping everything we've completed. But yes, the carbine we are not only doing, it is currently complete and sitting on my desk. Next is there going to be an A1 model? So the short answer is yes. The EM85 A1 is the SA-80 A1 or L85 A1. The EM85 A2 is the A2 version. Now, both guns share the same improved, reliable parts, so you're getting the same reliability. The A1, all the markings and stampings are done appropriately for an A1, correct cocking handle, things of that nature. The A2, the springs are painted red, you've got the laser engraving, secondary serial numbers, it comes with a genuine A2 cocking handle. So there are differences between the two, but you can purchase an A1, you can purchase an A2. Of course, you could change out your A1 cocking handle to an A2 cocking handle, and you could put a rail system on the front and you would essentially have an A2. But we do make specific models, and when you order one, you even get to pick your serial number. EM85 parts. So the answer is yes. The EM85 parts are available, they will be available, but we've gone one step further to ensure that they will always be available, as we want our clients and our customers to understand that these are investment and collector's pieces as well as items to be used. And therefore we need to ensure that whatever happens to Murdoch & Co, these rifles can continue to run. So that's why in the fire control group, they use modern springs, AR-15 springs. The original SA-80 fire control group is extremely complex, and quite frankly, we wanted the ability for customers to change out springs, tweak their firearms, again, get the most enjoyment out of their guns, and not be intimidated by what is a very complex fire control group design system. Furthermore, by making it AR-based, it means it's semi-automatic, the ATF has approved it, and there's no worries there either. So the springs and consumables on the EM85 are off the shelf. The barrel design is designed that you can go to a gunsmith, and if he can make an AR-15 barrel, he can cut ours. The original SA-80 barrel has a very difficult profile to cut, and we've consciously decided to forgo that to ensure, again, our customers have a rifle that the springs, the barrels can all be replaced, so you get that longevity of life, allowing you to fully enjoy and experience the EM85. Next question is redesigning the SA-80 to the EM85. I touched on this in our previous question about replaceable parts, but you're absolutely right. The SA-80 had shortfalls in the design. At the end of the day, it's just this 1960s firearm. So we took the SA-80, we've improved it, we took all the engineering shortfalls, we mitigated them, and we've designed it from the ground up to be made with modern manufacturing and CAD. Oftentimes people try to make parts kits, or they try to make a modification of a gun. The problem with that is you can't be precise. We've made every single part of this firearm from the ground up in our CAD programs, from all the sheet metal stamping dies to every single spring specification. We have it there from the ground up. And what that means is it mitigates mistakes. It allows us to go in, change components very quickly without the trial and error and hand fitting that is required from parts kits or other previous projects that haven't been so successful. So we've looked at those projects again. We wish them success, but ultimately we learned from them, and that's why we decided to build the EM85 from the ground up, which means we can remanufacture any part, as many as we want, from this design. And that's been a challenge. Again, we had to make it semi-auto. We had to make decisions consciously. We also went to the Royal Armouries and the MOD, who has been phenomenal with helping with this project, and we are the only company to actually reference real rifles. Every product, airsoft gun or previous project has used photographs or copies of copies. Murdoch & Co is the first company to have access and reference real rifles. So if there is something different from the SA-80 rifle or to the EM85, rest assured it is deliberate. It is not a result of guessing. The next question is, will we produce them consistently? And this is the biggest question. Will there be a production EM85? So it's important for the community to understand that here at Murdoch & Co, I started this company from the ground up with my own money. I didn't have a big outside investment. I'm a normal chap from the countryside in England that didn't come from very much at all. But it was my passion, and I wanted to take the risk to bring what is the most genuine and accurate SA-80 rifle to the market, because I think it's important. I want to enjoy this rifle, I want to share it with others and allow you all to enjoy it also. I know that the British government will never release complete guns or parts kits, therefore we had to make it as accurate as we could, knowing that this could be the only chance that the US market gets at an SA-80 rifle. So we made it as one-to-one as possible. As I've previously mentioned, we were the only company to make it from the ground up, meaning that we do have all the parts waiting there. We can go into production if we so choose. The main things that are holding us back are the magazine well, the handguards, and other major components that are original on the EM85. And that's how we've been able to do this project and why it's limited edition. I will say this, we are working on magwell stampings, we are working on handguards, but at the end of the day, we cannot bring a production rifle if we do not have the support of the community. We have to sell these collector's rifles. The production gun will not look like an A1 or an A2. That will protect the investors. it's going to be closer to an A3. So it's going to be Cerakoted, it's going to have a different handguard, different gas block. You'll still get that genuine L85 experience in the A3 variant, but to protect the collectors' investments that have supported the company early on, and quite honestly, again, we need the help of the community to make this happen. If you want to see this rifle come to fruition, support us in our other products, purchase an EM85. You know, it'll allow you to get the full collection. When you purchase an EM85, it allows you to buy the Carbine upper. We're making an LSW upper. There is no limit to what we're willing to do here at Murdoch & Co. and bring you all these rifles, but we need the help of the community. Do not expect to sit by idly and think, oh, someone else will buy it or pay for it. It simply won't happen. So if you want to see this happen, I urge you to support us. There's many guns on the market, but they're all AR-15s. The L85 is a stamping. This is where companies have failed and we've succeeded. We've successfully made these stampings, which are incredibly expensive. The EM85 is an expensive gun, and we'll get into that. But for what you're paying, it's an investment. You know, it's not you know, an expense per se. It's high cost because it does cost a huge amount of money to produce. So again, will we make a production gun? We're planning it, we're working towards it, but right now we can't unless we get the support from you all now. I would hate nothing more than to just produce the EM85s and then have a desk full of half-finished components and CAD plans. Again, it is a huge amount of investment, and I'm just one individual with a normal job who has given this my all and my passion. So if you'd like to see it happen again, we need the community support. We have our flash hider range, our EM85s, share it with people who you think might want one. And we're more than happy to continue bringing you all a genuine SA80 to the United States market. Next question is cost of stampings. So this I touched on. Again, it's ridiculously expensive, and it requires a huge amount of expertise and tries. It's not as simple as CADing something up. We've had the help of some sheet metal workers in England that restore Spitfire aircraft and Rolls Royces, and it was through their expertise and help we've been able to do this. In version 3 stampings have been shared. We're on version 4 now, and we're budgeting for a version 5 because you just never know what sheet metal can do. It's a lost art, but again, we've perfected it, and we're very proud to bring a sheet metal stamp gun to the market. Apart from your MP5 and HK designed roller delay guns, there's really no sheet metal guns on the market anymore. So it's exciting to share that experience with you all, and we would love to through a production gun. Last question, MSRP. So the MSRP for the EM85 is $12,000. It's limited edition, 35 guns. That is costly, but at the same token, we could have charged more. Quite frankly, we're just about making the project happen and the investment for hopefully production guns with that price point. So it is costly, but it could be more. And a lot of people actually advised me to make it 15 to 18,000, but to me it was important to get these hands into those who need them and who want to enjoy them, not necessarily who just have the money. And again, rest assured, our plan is to use that capital directly to bring you all an A3. SA80A4, so is there a hypothetical, I said last question, it's really not. Is there a hypothetical SA80A4 version? My answer to that is it would be fun, discussed it over some cigars, but we'd have to see what the future holds. So lastly, future support products, flash hiders and more. Compiling some general questions here, again, it all comes back to we've got our range of flash hiders. If you want to support the company, buy those. We have apparel coming or currently out, depending when you watch this video. Support, share our products. We're a brand new company, we're from the ground up. We want to set a standard for quality and bringing a unique rifle to the market. Again, we're starting high because we're using original parts, it's limited run, and it's extremely expensive. But because we have no outside investment, we're not beholden to anyone, we can keep our quality, timelines, and bringing you all products that mean something. So if you'd like to support that, please come and support Murdoch & Co. any way you can. Contact us, Instagram, our website, and start saving if you'd like a production gun. They're going to be cheaper than an EM85, but again, we can't even guess a price point, although we'll make it as affordable without sacrificing quality as we can. So if you'd like to support us, what we're doing here, we're setting a new standard for bringing a unique gun to the modern market. I cannot thank you all enough. Thank you for the questions. We'll be doing more of these. We cannot wait to show you what we've done. And the new year, 2026, looks like it's going to be the year of the L85 here at Murdoch & Co. So thank you so much again. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.